Item of business is the report of the Conference Board of Pensions and Health Benefits, and the chair recognizes Reverend Richard Dick Humphreys, chairperson of the Board of Pensions and Health Benefits, and Lynn Hammel and Bob Goulrich.
Good morning, Bishop and delegates and members of the conference and guests. I am an adult, though I frequently text corny dad jokes to my adult children and grandchildren. I am a white male clergy person, joyfully retired since 2021. However, it has been my privilege to serve on the Board of Pensions and Health Benefits and currently as its chairperson, and also privileged to be the chairperson of the CFA/Board of Pensions and Health Benefits Investment Subcommittee. All our reports begin on page 141 through page 201 of your pre-conference book. I'll proceed with some comments, and we're going to be having two brief presentations as part of our reports. But before I do, allow me to please share a little bit about my personal connection with Centenary College. Fall of 1974, my first year there, I walked into the cafeteria. I was a member of the inaugural class of the church career program, and I saw a beautiful blonde sitting across the way, and I said, I've got to get to know her. I persisted, she relented. Finally, we fell in love and eventually began talking about making plans for marriage. In the meantime, Jan's younger sister Ann and her fiancé Fred were already moving swiftly towards setting a date for their wedding. Their father, Jimmy Carraway, being ever pragmatic, maybe even a little frugal, suggested a double wedding. And so the date was set for May 15th, 1976. You can imagine, or can you visualize this Methodist minister, father of the brides, walking down the aisle in his beautiful polyester tuxedo with two lovely daughters, one on each arm, and as he walked in, he noticed, he had it all set up. His brother, Stone Carraway, was going to get the service started while he went to the back and got his robe on. While Stone got the ceremony started, he walked out, Jimmy in his robe. He was so nervous. Two daughters getting married. And he turned to me, because Jan, my fiancée, was the oldest of the two, and he says, Dick, will you take Ann to be your wife? And I said, sir, if it's all the same to you, I've kind of had my heart set on Jan. And after that, it was just the most joyful day of my life, of course, because we finally got it all straightened out. And next year, God willing, it'll be 50 years of marriage, May 15th. I tell you that story in part because that was the only time I ever saw Jimmy Carraway nervous. In his primary task, a few years after the wedding, as executive director of administrative services, conference treasurer, statistician, all those hats he wore back in those days, he was not nervous at all. He was solid and stable and had a vision for this conference along with many others, including our bishops and leaders and laity, so that today we're in an amazing position financially in terms of our resources for ministry and mission. It was just a privilege to be under him. And following his retirement, the bishop at that time appointed his brother, Stone Carraway, to that position. One of the 14 we'll memorialize this morning and give thanks to God for their life of service. Followed by Dr. Carl Rhodes, Reverend Larry Miller, Dr. Ralph Ford, Reverend Jan Kerwick, and for the last 11 years, as you know, our own Sandy O'Brien. All of these have worked diligently and faithfully, and with prudent investing and good stewardship, we are a blessed Conference. In the report, you will see also something that seems mundane, but it's important for those who are retired, that we have announced that the pre-82 years of service to the conference will increase next year to $887 per service year. Third, I refer you to the historical financial statements. A, the Treasurer's Report from 2024, and now delegation, I want you to understand and appreciate that with the exception of the retiree health obligation, these are primarily excess reserves. According to Wespath experts, all our retirement plans are fully funded on a long-term basis. The Retiree Health Benefit Fund is overfunded as well due to the ongoing generosity of the Woolworth Foundation. In the words of the angel in Luke 2:10, I bring you good news of great joy. We are a blessed people. Yesterday, you heard CFA Chair Reverend Weldon Barres give a wonderful and helpful proposal developed in consultation with Merrill Lynch and the United Methodist Foundation to use 2% of the investment balances, that is the earnings, to help fund the apportionment expenditure budget, primarily beginning in 2027, which will be voted upon, as you know, tomorrow morning. Please note, I cannot stress this enough, and I want to emphasize that none of the distributions will come from the principal balances of the Conference Board of Pensions and Health Benefits donor-restricted funds. Be assured that the proposed distributions will come from two sources: one, current year investment income, and two, accumulated investment income on all funds, but never the principal amount. The principal, in fact, amounts of any donor-restricted funds, especially retiree health and retirement obligations, can never be touched, can only be accessed and utilized for their donor-intended purpose. The Conference Board of Pensions and Health Benefits, along with the CFNA, therefore recommends this proposal for presentation to the annual conference delegation to be voted upon tomorrow. Let me quickly mention item B in our report, the independent auditor's report, really echoing what Reverend Barres said yesterday. No findings from our CPA firm. In other words, a clean financial bill of health. Again, praise God and rejoice. This ends report number 1. I'll move quickly to report number 2, beginning on page 184, if you're still following along. Our benefits offerings. A great amount of detail here showing various levels of pension support based on one's status. I encourage you, if you haven't already, to read this at some other time. It's always good to know, as clergy and as lay delegates, a very good idea of the benefits that are available to you, your family, especially as a clergy person. At yesterday's clergy session, a presentation was made about the upcoming change in the active clergy's pension plan. We'll be moving to Compass on January 1 of next year. And also there's a proposal in my report, our report as a board, to adopt Health Flex to replace our current health plan, and you've probably heard a lot about it in the last several months. To best use our time together, the first brief presentation will be by Ms. Lynn Hammel, whom I've gotten to know from Wespath on several occasions now as we've worked toward this day. Lynn is our Louisiana Conference Client Relationship Manager. It's been a pleasure to get to know her. She's been working with us since 2020, and we are so pleased to have you, Lynn Hammel from Wespath and from Skokie, Illinois, come and speak to us briefly this morning. Let's welcome Lynn Hammel.
Good morning, and thank you for the very wonderful introduction. Again, Lynn Hammel, I'm the Client Relationship Manager with Wespath. I bring greetings to you, the Louisiana Conference, and Bishop Williamson from Andy Hendren, our General Secretary. It's certainly an honor to be here. I'm having a great time and eating a lot of really, really good food, so it's been all great. I will be brief because we have a Compass video that will give you the clergy and laity a very detailed description of the Compass plan that will be effective for all active clergy starting for the Louisiana Conference. Half-time, three-quarter time, and full-time clergy will be enrolled in the plan effective January 1st, 2026. So you can start the video and learn all about it.
The United Methodist Church is launching a new retirement plan for U.S. clergy, Compass. If you're already retired or retiring in 2025, Compass won't change your benefits. For active clergy, benefits earned through earlier UMC plans remain. Starting January 1, new benefits will be earned through Compass. Compass gives UMC clergy greater flexibility to save for retirement while ensuring meaningful income for both current and future clergy, all in a way that remains affordable for annual conferences and local churches. Compass is a defined contribution or DC plan, unlike a pension or DB plan, where payments end after you or your spouse pass away. A DC plan like Compass is your personal account. It grows through investments and contributions, and any remaining balance can go to family, charity, or a beneficiary of your choice. Compass offers the same eligibility options as the plan it replaces. Saving for retirement is a shared responsibility. Both the UMC and clergy contribute to Compass. Clergy contribute a percentage of their compensation. The UMC makes 3 contributions: a flat dollar amount contribution, 3% of clergy's plan compensation, and a dollar-for-dollar match up to 4% of compensation. Contributing at least 4% is important for reaching financial goals for retirement. Plus, it maximizes the UMC match. Starting early is key for optimizing your retirement savings. Just like the mustard seed parable, small contributions grow over time. Contributing 4% may be easier than you realize. For example, 4% of a $60,000 salary is less than $50 per week. In fact, over 50% of clergy contribute 4% or more of their compensation. Compass has automatic features like auto escalation, which increases contributions annually. Compass has special features to help you save for retirement. If you're in a parsonage, your housing counts as part of your compensation. With Compass, the parsonage value increases from 25% to 35%. So the UMC's percentage-based contributions are based on higher overall compensation. That means more money from the UMC goes into your Compass account each month. If you have a housing allowance, Compass doesn't change how plan compensation is defined. And why should you choose between paying off student loans and saving for retirement? With Compass, qualified student loan payments will count toward earning the 4% matching UMC contribution. Many of us worry about outliving our savings. With the award-winning Life Stage Retirement Income Program, Compass helps ensure clergy have an income stream throughout their retirement lifetime. Life Stage Retirement Income is required for the UMC's Compass contributions. It's optional for your own Compass contributions and your CRSP DC account. Life Stage Retirement Income also includes optional helpful features. Social Security Bridge allows you to use your account balance early so you can receive an increased monthly Social Security benefit by applying later. And Longevity Income Protection provides guaranteed annuity payments starting at age 80. Are you ready to chart your retirement direction? Start by contributing at least 4% to earn the full UMC match. Compass is coming January 1, 2026. Build your future without sacrificing your present. Start charting your course today.
Thank you, Lynn Hammel, for introducing the video and being here available. She and Bob Gerlach from Wespath are here today to answer your questions at breaks. In fact, if you go right through those doors and a little bit to the right across from the restrooms and the coffee, there you'll meet them and you'll have a chance to ask your questions. A final word about report number 2 on page 192 on other benefits. This is for a word for retired clergy or those who are about to be retired. Please, I want to lift up briefly the Shepherd's Fund. The Shepherd's Fund was begun by some anonymous donors over in Georgia, and that fund found its way eventually to the Louisiana Conference and other conferences more recently. And this is for extraordinary financial needs, particularly health-related or dental. And if you ever have any need, do not hesitate to access this fund. There's no requirements to prove income or prove need. The donors simply created this fund to help retired clergy and their spouses, and so please be aware of that Shepherd's Fund. Now, Bishop, having completed the highlights of reports 1 and 2, allow me please to move quickly to report number 3. On page 193 starts the proposal to move our conference to the Wespath HealthFlex plan. There have been multiple seminars and webinars in varying degrees of detail since last fall to show us and explain the need for the change and to give those details. So at this time, I'd like to invite Bob Gerlach, who is here with Wespath, to come forward. We heard from Bob on a webinar a couple of weeks ago, but we're glad to have you here in person, Bob, to share more about HealthFlex. Please come forward, Bob. Let's welcome Bob Gerlach.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to give a brief overview of HealthFlex, just to give a general idea for you all. If we could move to the next slide. So HealthFlex has been around since actually 1984. We currently have, I think it is 32 of the annual conferences of the United Methodist Church in the plan. We are a self-insured plan, but it will be a fully insured plan for you. As HealthFlex, we are part of Wespath, not-for-profit plan, really utilizing the buying power of multiple plan sponsors, multiple participants, to offer high-quality benefits and attuned with the needs of the church, but to keep costs as low as possible. Right now, we have over 7,000 primary participants, around 15,000 total lives in the plan. Next slide. We partner with a number of different providers to offer exceptional quality. Blue Cross Blue Shield for medical, OptumRx for pharmacy. We've got Cigna for dental, VSP for vision. We have broad nationwide networks, so no need to worry about narrow networks. You'll see in a moment we have a variety of plans, but they all use the same network. We've got award-winning well-being programs. I've got some handouts on those. And then we have generous incentive programs. Each covered participant and covered spouse can earn up to $410 a year in Personify Health Cash if they complete certain milestones. Next slide. We have the variety of plans to be able to meet the needs of individual families, so a variety of plans to choose from, options to contribute money to tax advantage accounts or have money in tax advantage accounts to help offset costs. And we do have dedicated resources, customer service resources and advocates there to help when the need arises. That help comes in 2 different layers. We have the active benefits team that is within Wespath and vendor management that's like that escalated support. But what we're really excited about, we introduced at the beginning of last year, our care coordinators who are true advocates who help through all facets of medical and pharmacy needs throughout your journey, whether it's a question about coverage, how do I get an invoice issue resolved, where can I go to see an in-network doctor? All of those things and more are handled by the care coordinators. Again, I kind of went over what these are, what the care coordinators handle, but the real important thing that they do is, in many cases, they are able to intervene before a challenge occurs. Many of you may have gone to the pharmacy and found that your prescription wasn't there, or it wasn't covered at the cost you thought it would be, or your doctor needs to submit a prior approval for you to have a certain medication. Many of those issues are resolved before you even go to the pharmacy to pick up your medication. And that's just one example of where care coordinators can help. We do have 6 different plans in HealthFlex. This is to offer a broad variety for each individual and their family to choose from. We have 3 plans that come with a health savings account, 2 that come with a health reimbursement account, and 1 that comes with and 1 that is a traditional PPO, the B1000 plan. Of course, with so much variety, it means that you need help to make your choice. So as we see on the next slide, the plans all have the same components to them. So they all have a deductible that must be met. They all have the same out-of-pocket maximum. They all have the same coverage, meaning no prescription drug is covered in one plan and not in another. No doctor is covered in one plan and not in another. What you really see as the difference is kind of how they pay for plans. They all come with the same broad well-being programs. These well-being programs are not one size fits all. We know not everyone is going to utilize these programs, but we think that there is something there for everyone. With all this choice around plans, we have Alex Benefits Counselor, which is an online tool that you will, assuming you adopt HealthFlex, you'll be able to use starting around mid-September. Alex takes the information that you provide and lets you know what is likely to be the lowest cost plan for you, and then explains why it's the lowest cost plan for you. You will access health information by going to benefitsaccess.org, just like you do for your pension benefits. HealthFlex will appear there. It'll show the plans that you're covered in. We have single sign-on to a bunch of different areas, including care coordinators, so that it makes it easier for you to get the help that you need. We have high satisfaction from our existing plan sponsors. That is something that we strive to continue having each year. And then we have a commitment to partnering with our plan sponsors. We focus on stewardship. We focus on service excellence. And that was really as evidenced by introducing care coordinators at the beginning of last year. Here's a brief look at the timeline of how the implementation of HealthFlex would look. You'd get communications from us in the August-September timeframe. In October, we would have workshops or webinars. The bulk of annual election happens in November. It's a 15-day period to choose your plans. In December is when ID cards are mailed out, and then benefits and well-being communications begin in January of 2026. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. And Bob, you've been with Wespath for how long, did you say? How long?
25 years.
25 years, wow. Congratulations on your service to us. Thank you so very much. On our final report is report number 4 on page 197 and following. It consists of 3 resolutions we bring before the conference as a board every year for your adoption, and a 4th one. And these have to do primarily with, first of all, Resolution 1, your adoption of the local church's current pension retirement plan, which concludes December 31st. Your promise to pay for your pastor or pastors. Resolution 2 for your adoption deals with the local church's approval of the new Compass retirement plan effective January 1. Resolution 3 also for your adoption is similar, and it pertains to the local churches or charges agreement to support the church or the affiliate ministry's agreement to pay the health insurance premiums for the pastor under appointment. And finally, Resolution 4, also quite important, is the resolution to adopt the clergy housing allowance for retired, disabled, or former United Methodist clergy persons. This is, again, very important for you when you are filing your federal tax return each year. And it's one of the great benefits of being a retired United Methodist or a clergy person in general. Bishop, I want to present to this delegation then the information here on all 4 reports. I've now presented them in some detail, and due especially to the significance of the proposal to adopt HealthFlex as our new insurance plan for active clergy and their families, report number 3, I would like to note that our board has unanimously recommended that this conference adopt HealthFlex as our new health plan starting January 1, 2026. And now, Bishop, I'll turn this back over to you for instructions on how we should proceed.
All right. We have a recommendation before us, the action to proposal to adopt Wespath's HealthFlex plan. It's found on page 193 of the pre-conference report. Since this is a recommendation coming from the committee, no second is needed. It's not required. The question is on the adoption of the Wespath HealthFlex plan. The floor is now open for questions or debate. Each person will have up to 3 minutes to speak. And so a reminder, identify yourself at the microphone with your name, your charge, where you're serving, your status, and your identity. And I also want to remind you that as you come, you have cards, green if you're going to speak for the recommendation, or red you are speaking against, or yellow if you have a question. And so that's the reminder. And also a reminder, we have a order of the day coming before you. I just want to remind you of that. Is there any debate, any questions on HealthFlex? Please make your way to a microphone. I see no movement. Are you ready for the question on HealthFlex? Okay. And the recommendation is to adopt HealthFlex. And so if you will get ready. All in favor of the motion, please raise your green card. I need a majority vote. We need a majority vote. All right. Thank you. You may put your hand down. If you are opposed to HealthFlex, please raise your red card and please raise them high. Okay. The motion carries, and we have adopted HealthFlex for the annual conference. Okay. Okay, I think we have adopted the whole report.
Thank you so much, Bishop. On behalf of our Board of Pensions, our health benefits, our members of our board, we thank our guest presenters, and we thank you for your attention and for your approval of our reports. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. All right, give yourselves a hand. This is important work for the body. Thank you.